Well, everyone, it's time for us to talk about pretty much the next main version of iOS, which is iOS 16, and the fact that it's going to be cutting out a lot of different, basically older iPhones this time around. Now, I've kind of hit on this before, but to give you some perspective, the iPhones that are said to be dropped support on this next version of software are iPhone 6s, iPhone 6s Plus, and iPhone SE first generation. Now, here's the craziest thing. I was looking back on my channel, from I think iOS 12, iOS 13 days, and about ever since iOS 14, we've been getting estimates that the iPhone 6s is probably not going to be getting the next version of software. Now, what's so crazy about this is that you probably wouldn't expect that to be the case 2 years in a row. For iOS 14, we pretty much said the same thing. For iOS 15 as well, we were expecting the iPhone 6s to pretty much, be cut out, including all those other devices that have that same chipset. But guess what? That didn't end up being the case. Now, there's a double-edged sword here. I love iPhones being supported for a very long time, but I do know for a fact that if an older iPhone is kind of lingering around, and if Apple continues to support some older hardware, this can cause some problems with some iPhones, pretty much with the features in the future. So if Apple continues to, support the iPhone 6s, for example, for iOS 16, iOS 15 was already such a small update. If Apple has to keep in mind that whatever software, whatever features they add for the next version of software has to be equipped for something like an iPhone 6s that came out in 2015, there's going to be some issues with some development, mostly with them having to maybe not put some crazy cool features in this update because it also has to work for a pretty old iPhone. When I look at this speed difference between a 6s and a 7, there's actually, quite a bit of difference. Also, the 7 Plus was the first iPhone to bring 3GB of RAM, which has been pretty much the norm for quite a bit of time. So when you consider those things, it really doesn't make any sense for Apple to continue to support this old of a phone. I think there's a limit, and I do think Apple sees this, and I do think this is probably going to be the year they're going to limit, their older iPhones, and they're going to drop support for these older ones. But the craziest thing is that from what Apple's been doing for the last couple of big news cycles we've heard, things like, Face ID unlocking without or with the mask, and then tap to pay, it looks like these older iPhones may actually get limited features on iOS 16 as well. Maybe the iPhone 10 may not get all the cool iOS features as something like the iPhone 13 will get. Typically, there's a lot of similarities between them, but this time around, we could be seeing some massive differences. Again, I don't know for a fact, but it is one of those things that I've seen, and I'm so curious to see what Apple's going to do about this in the future. So that's pretty much a quick little update. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.